We welcome you to Patriot Place and a look inside Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us, and off we go on EA Sports. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First and 10. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Let's go.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. Down the sideline. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone. Inside the 20. It is a huge play for Detroit. And even 50 yards. So they move inside the 20. First and 10 at the 18. He'll drop to throw. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. Back to the air one more time. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kyle Duggar.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
First play, and May goes to the air. He finds Bell. That's caught. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Throwing on first and 10 is May. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
This has been bizarre. From second and a mile, a huge gain, but still short of a first down. Here's third down and a few inches. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. It'll be a pickup of 10. good for a Patriots first down.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on third down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Here's May to throw it on first down. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Go! 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. This one caught at the 4.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Ready, ready.
So second down, and they'll run it. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
From back at the 6-yard line, what can they do on third and goal?
19 Lions. Come 19, come 19, go.
From out of the gun, here's May. To the back of the end zone, he's got it. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Patriots. Joey Sly on now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Pats will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Back to the air again on second and 10. This one is intercepted by Carlton Davis. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Mustang 19. Shut up. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready, ready.
May now on first and 10. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. inbounds as good as you can do it. They've got it. It'll be first and goal after a pickup of 21. It's the tight end, Henry, in motion. He'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, New England. That touchdown, number 19 on the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Working free downfield, it is Williams. Not just a first down, but reception number 70 on the season. Back to throw. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Detroit. An extra point attempt to follow. His kick is good. And the Lions are on the board. It's now 14-7. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30.
19 tight. 19 tight. Let's go now. 79 Broncos. Go.
To throw on first down is May. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Okay, break. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go.
Man in motion, it's Diggs.
Check go.
Off the play fake, oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert 3rd downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Here we go. Set.
Working out of the gun, it's May. Room to maneuver at the 35. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell. To the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Lions. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Lions will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 15, right here. Ready?
Now, May. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. It's Hutch, Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We're back to Foxborough after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Man in motion, it's Diggs. On play action, here's May. He's got his man, Keyshawn Butte. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Why not go back to him? That one good for 20 yards and a first down.
19 tight, 19 tight. Riggs. 79 Broncos. Go.
Here's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
60. Check go.
To throw again is May. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. The Lions call their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On 3rd and long, here's May. Offensive line did their part, but the rush finally gets home and brings them down. On 4th down, Bryce Beringer out to punt for New England. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That is brought in. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd and goal.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
They'll throw out of the gun. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Not going for two. They'll kick the point after. The kick is good. And the Lions have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. 4 seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. This will be returned from the 2. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Mustang 19.
Throwing is May. He's got his big tight end, Henry. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8.
Let's go. 7 Pirates. Ready.
Off the play fake, here's May. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. They get 20 on the connection. First down, New England.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
That's caught downfield by Diggs. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Patriots first down.
Set.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
That's taken in by Shakir. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Check go.
To throw is May. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them. And it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Sly's kick is good. And the Patriots will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
18 back, 18 back.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Coming across, he's got it in the hands of Williams. He is in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions. So that's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Panther 11. Let's go now. Ready.
Here's May to throw it on 1st down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
18, Pioneer. Go. Mustang 19.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Now he'll run. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
They'll go play action with May. Now thrown deep for Bell. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving.
Ready.
And it'll be 2nd down.
7 Pirates. Let's go. Ready.
From out of the gun, here's May. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards.
Back 60.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
19 tight. 79 Bronco. Hup.
Throwing now is May. Hit as he threw it, and the pass is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
19 Lion. Here we go. Cup 19.
May to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Pats are able to get it back within a score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Okay, ready? Head straight.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's 2nd and 9.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Warrior 70. Check up.
Now, faking the give. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
Cougar 19. Come on.
Williams in motion. He's trying to get around the corner, but he can't. He's going to be run down behind the line. So we are through. Here's a 2nd and 12. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
60 bison. Ready?
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down. So, on 4th down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this one's going to be downed inside the 20-yard line.
Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 70. Bronco 80.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to have a Patriots 1st down as he gets this up to the 28-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
To throw on 1st down is May. He finds Bell. That's caught. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down. Off the play fake, it's May. Throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they take it to the 20-yard line with that one. On 1st and 10, here's May. That's into the hands of Diggs. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to...
And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part one taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this two-point conversion here to tie it up.
Now a give on the ground, and he will not get in. They will come up empty on this try for two, unable to tie this football game up. So the lead is down to just two now in the fourth quarter as they kick it off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And this will be incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Again, working deep downfield. That's caught! And he will score again. Jameson Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. 3 touchdowns in this one. He now has 7 for the year. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away.
Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Come on, set! Buffalo 18! 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler! Panther 11, Panther 11! 18 Pioneer!
May now on 1st and 10. His throw left side is complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Mustang 19! 70 range, 70 range!
Throwing on 2nd down. May. He's looking deep for Shakir. And that is incomplete. But a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. They come to the line needing 6 yards for a first down.
Set! Rig alert, tracking 60! Ready?
Throwing on 3rd down is May. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
79 Bronco!
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long.
Trap 60, trap 60! 19 Lion! Ready?
They're going. It's May. Open. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Lions have got it.
This one's going to be tough to stomach. I mean, all he has to do is just hold on to the ball, and they've got a fresh set of downs. He was past the yard to gain, but unfortunately, even though they gave up the first down initially, the defense was determined to get off the field one way or another, and they found a way to do just that.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
On second down, it's Gibbs. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. His 8th reception of the game, and good for a first down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
Let's go.
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL